with Fox 2's Vic Faust,
We need to have a little talk here.
Chris Knight,
Hang on.
and Eric Johnson.
The more bizarre he gets,
The more people like him.
A complex mechanism that in itself must be operated by an even more complex entity, you.
The Morning Edge starts now.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Happy hump day. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right?
Yes.
What was that voice?
Yes.
Who is that?
Oh, man, I'm right here.
Oh, it's Chris. Okay, he's here. I didn't realize that was you, Chris.
Oh, yeah. Good morning.
Yeah, I was waiting for more. I wanted to hear more.
Oh, you wanted more, Chris?
Yes.
Oh, hey, Vic. Hey, I can't come in right now because I'm in Uranus.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the show. That is Brendan Shanahan, who had thought that he escaped this early morning call, but he did not. You came back. Chris decided to take off for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
He hadn't done it in a while.
It was the longest stretch ever. Crystal's never seen it.
I know. Just when things were really rocking and rolling and they were smooth, he takes off. Oh, man. Oh, God. Got to go to Branson. Got to go to Branson. But we're happy to see you, Brendan. Good to see you. Anything new in your life?
No rich guy problems like that.
No.
Amen. Me
That's
either.
for sure. No rich guy problems.
Crystal Cooper's here. Vic Faust. Hope everybody's enjoying the morning. Damn, I couldn't sleep. Then when I did get to sleep, freaking A, did anybody else get woken up by light or thunder?
Yes.
Holy crap. What time was that? I was like, I'm not even going to turn over and look at my phone to see the time.
I think it was like 3:30.
Whenever that hit, I was awake after.
It was one big flash, and then something on our dresser was like, and I thought, oh my gosh.
Shannon,
really?
did you sleep through that? Or did you even hear it?
No, the rattles wake me up. I'm a light sleeper, so.
Oh,
Rattles
it
wake
was
me up, and I
shaking
was like,
the damn
"Shh."
house.
Yeah.
Shaking my house. I know we have listeners all across the country. Sorry to disenfranchise you, but we're talking about lightning and thunder that was blaring and coming through the St. Louis metropolitan area. Okay, Eric Johnson will be here in just a bit. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. 8:07 is our time. It is the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. You're at the edge. 100.7 The Viper. Share the show. You can always jump in, as always, streaming at viperrocks.com. Once again, it's viperrocks.com. Okay, about 8 or 9 different topics to jump into. And as soon as I say that, Chris from the Facebook line says the economy will collapse this year. I was hoping we could make it to 2023, 2024. You may be onto something, Chris. Crystal, how are you doing?
Please no.
Okay.
It's the housing market is about to.
It's on
its way down. It's about to crash.
I agree. This whole real estate deal. I'm telling you, I've been wondering about it for the last couple months. I'll see things and say things, and I don't know the business. There's other people that know it a whole. I mean, it's their job.
Companies like Open Door
I've just been getting worried.
So the problem that's happening is there are a lot of houses that aren't appraising for what they're selling for. So people got to come to the table with an extra 20, 40 grand, sometimes more to get that house. And then it's all inflated and your house is not worth what it's done. I mean, Open Door is one of the places that they research an area. Like if your subdivision is selling out and there's houses that are going in and they own in a certain area amount of houses, they might offer you sight unseen. Here you go. Here's $30,000, $40,000 over offer because it inflates
it's already started.
the value of all the other houses around them.
Yeah. Our dollar is going away. I'm telling you, it is. I know it sounds insane. I've talked about it on the show before. There's been an effort to devalue our dollar from other countries for a while. We have increased inflation by printing money. It's just bad. It scares me. You were going to say what, Crystal?
I was just going to say I did see an article where they were talking about companies like that would come in and they'll buy 2 at let's say 300,000. And then they'll go and they'll buy 3, 4, and 5 at 400,000.
Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
And then what that happens there is the people that sold their houses were just pushed out of being homeowners.
Correct. They were encouraged to sell their
Right.
homes. And then there's those who are trying to rent as well. You have these major groups, because this is what I just went through. I'm probably paying $1,000 more when you look back at prices than what I
Yep.
should be paying to rent, because I needed to get over to an area where both my boys go to school. And if you look at the same time over a year ago, it was $950 less a month. So I'll be
Wow.
paying $1,000 more a month to rent the home that I'm going to be in. It's insane. And it's because people are buying up all the properties, giving them to property groups, and then jacking the prices up because they know people are now looking because the housing market's bad.
Look
It
at all
is
the
all
look at all the condos
nothing
and
good is going on in this country right now. Nothing.
the apartments that are going up. Everywhere you look, there's like
There
what's
are.
going up there? It's like how banks were, before. It's apartments, but it's hedge funds that are buying up all.
That's the hedge funds.
Yeah, it's the hedge funds that are buying that up.
Look at
because-
BlackRock, what BlackRock is doing. If anybody, look up BlackRock. I don't know if we've brought the name up before, but BlackRock is one of those companies that is buying up everything that they possibly can and really sticking it to the consumer.
Ugh.
and putting up
Oh,
for the
good
most
point,
part
Ron.
less than stellar.
It's pushing the property taxes up as well.
Yeah.
And we
It
already know
would.
one of the greatest increasers of wealth / millionaires / anything in property is owning property. It's being a homeowner. We've seen it for decades.
That's why I hate
Times
that
are
these people
changing,
are-
and Americans better wake up and wake up real fast because the water is starting to boil, and it's starting to feel a little uncomfortable. It's been getting hot for a while, but now if you're sitting in that water, it's starting to get a little warm,
Right.
and there's no turning it off, unfortunately, or at
It's
least it
tough,
doesn't seem
though.
like it.
You have $30,000 or $40,000 that are just hanging there that you can get now. But what people need to remember is, okay, so you're $1,000 over times 12.
Yeah.
How long do you want
Exactly.
to stay there? And then you're up
Exactly.
to 30 in no time.
Bingo, and that's what's happening, and it's unfortunate.
And you lost the equity.
Well, and that's another, as Joe said from the Facebook line, going back to the conversation from yesterday, one way to get people to buy electric vehicles, guess what? Raise the gas prices, is what he said, so that they can't afford the fuel, as if this wasn't planned.
Right.
There's been a push to get everybody into electrical. Now there's a push, or it may seem, where you have to become dependent upon
Right.
living elsewhere. Now it's just backlash. How, Eric?
Hi.
This is backlash
Hi.
from the government. We're not talking about backlash from the people.
I
It's
feel
all
like we're
bets.
paying our stimulus checks back in gas prices right now.
No, listen to me, guys. Last night, San Francisco voters.
We're getting into that.
Well, hold on.
We're going to get into it,
it all folds together. All folds together.
but not in L.A.
It will in L.A. as well. Trust me. Those people are fed up. Gavin Newsom, he slipped through the cracks. I still owe you $1,000. Yes, I do.
Gavin Newsom
He slipped through
he
the
was the
cracks.
highest vote getter in the state of California.
Okay, he's much more charismatic
He is
and
super
young. and
popular
I
in
got
California.
I got you. That might be coming to an end too. Who knows? But last night, San Francisco voters recall progressive DA Chesa Boldin, however you say his name,
Yeah.
over soft on crime process. Now, this guy is a complete, not just liberal. He's from like the Weather Underground. They're old Cuba supporters from
Correct.
the old days. He's
How he got in office in the first place,
it's
I
very
have
easy.
no idea.
Because it was the flavor of the day. And this liberalism is now starting to rue the effects of what they've done. They're destroying communities. They are destroying the economy. This is coming to an end. Okay, I heard
what's coming to an end?
all of this stuff. I think that
What stuff are you talking about? What
the
stuff?
destroying of the country, going up to Joe Biden, the progressivism that you're talking about.
You think progressivism is coming to an end?
I do.
You have lost your
No,
mind.
you
have lost Eric Johnson. You are more intelligent than that.
I'm right.
No,
I
you're
don't think
not.
people look at these progressive policies. Financial. You guys brought it up yourself, Vic.
Eric,
You did.
People may not like it,
Vic,
but they're not going to choose
you literally
conservatism over liberalism if
Yes,
you're
they
a
are.
liberal.
I'm
You're
about to
not.
make my case. You just had the creepiest segment on The Edge that I've ever heard in my life about all this stuff about the buying up of the houses, the price of
Yeah.
houses going up.
And it's a real
right? I understand
real
what you're saying.
situation.
I understand what you're saying. And you're absolutely right. The progressives, They want this economy to collapse. They want the dollar to collapse. They want to be absorbed into the world community. And everybody is going, we gave you a shot. The incubator of liberalism, we gave you 18 to 24 months. When Trump was left office, this country was in pretty good shape. You might have hated Trump, but this country was in fantastic shape. People were making money. Housing prices were stable, but good. It was a buyer's market and a seller's market for that matter. Now these liberal policies, energy, crime, they're coming to a head. Backlash started yesterday when they recalled this liberal prosecutor. I'm wondering, when is Kim Gardner's day? She's done because St. Louisans do not want this crime anymore.
Eric,
I'm telling you right now.
Eric,
help me out over here, Christal.
Eric, about
80%
of what you just said I can get on board with.
I'm telling you.
But you just blew it because you talked too long. You should have just said your point and shut up. You had to add the Kim Gardner in
Why
because
not?
now you blew your
Why
whole
not?
argument.
People are done in St. Louis as
Eric,
well.
Eric,
They're done.
Eric, Kim Gardner will win another race if she decides to race. Because the problem is you were going well.
No,
you were going.
I'm not
well.
talking about.
You were like my son learning how to ride a bicycle.
Yeah,
he was going well.
Yep.
But then he turned around to say, "Look, Dad, look at me," and you're like, Eric's like, "Vic, look, I'm rolling on the radio," and then boom. He hit one of your potholes.
I'm telling you,
because he wasn't
Vic.
looking on the road.
I'm telling you,
Kim
Vic.
Gardner will win another race in St. Louis if she chooses to run.
You might be right.
I'll
St.
do
Louis
you.
is
I'll
not.
do you triple
you know what?
or nothing on the $1,000 you owe me. Triple. I'll do
I'm
quadruple.
going to tell you what. I'm going to give you that
Kim
one because
Gardner
I
will
cannot
leave when Kim Gardner wants to
I
leave.
cannot figure St. Louis out to save my life with Corey Bush, Kim Gardner, and
Please just
Tashara
tell me
Jones.
we're
I cannot
almost
figure it
stupid
out.
for what we just heard you say.
But
and I'm not trying to be
you can be
a stick.
An arse, as you
Don't
say.
worry about it. I'm used to
it. He is not. Oh my God, Eric,
I'm used to it. You're the cannot kid. You're the cannot kid.
No, I
yes,
am
you
the
are.
realistic kid.
No, you're the cannot kid.
I
It's
just
like
have to make sure that you understand.
Remember, let me tell
you're
you
going off. You're like the tree, and you're branching out into like 100 different
I am
directions.
responding to the
Go back
creepiest
to your-
segment that you
go
guys have
back-
ever put
go
together.
Go back to your San Francisco comment.
Okay.
Because Kim Gardner is not going anywhere.
You might be right.
I know I'm right, and I'll put
You
the
might be right.
$1,000 on the line that you
But
owe
I'm
me.
telling you, St. Louisans are not stupid. They're
No,
not
they're-
dumb.
no,
they
they're-
see crime in front of their face.
But they move out of the city instead of voting.
Oh,
And
see,
that-
that
and that's-
sucks what she just said.
Well, and here's the thing.
God,
This is-
that
and
sucks what
I'm
you
going to
just
bring
said.
us all back.
Go ahead.
Because somebody has to bring us back. We did a story last night for like the 20th or 30th time in the last 2 years where crime has happened in the city. You had a family come out. Their car was being broken into.
Oh, boy.
They yell at them. The suspects shoot at them at the house. We showed the bullets and the brick that hit. Then they respond shooting. The homeowner has gun, which is another reason why you need guns. Sorry. To protect yourself, because when the bad guys have guns and they're not giving up their guns, you can be Matthew McConaughey and come up and try to act all cool and say the exact same things that everybody else has said, except you put your acting on it. You do your Johnny Depp. And that's basically what Matthew McConaughey did yesterday, and we'll talk about him too. The family said in their interview, we're out of here. We're already looking.
Yes.
We're done.
Okay.
To follow up what Eric was saying.
Now, remember.
But the people who stay will vote Kim Gardner in over
I
and
hope
over.
you're
and
wrong.
over. I know you hope I'm wrong.
I hope you're wrong.
But I'm not going to be wrong because
they're
I'm
not
100%
because we're
correct.
okay.
Or
But
to
Vic,
be honest, they won't vote at all.
Bingo.
But Vic, to be honest with you, the people of Philadelphia, there's businesses now that are in one of the worst crime
And
cities.
you're going to take this all the way back to the San Francisco mayor being voted
okay, let me
out.
go south now.
I mean, the DA.
Right. All right. Well, San Francisco, the most liberal, it makes Seattle look like St. Charles. San Francisco is the most liberal city in the country. The DA position out there is so political, it's unbelievable. They tried an experiment. They said, let's get on board with all the liberalism that we can get our hands on, and they put this guy in office. Eventually, the people of San Francisco said, the incubator's over, the beakers are finished, turn off all the lights, we're done with this liberal garbage. And they voted this guy out. And you know what? I can't remember the mayor's name, but she's sick of the crime as well. I bet she puts a super hard DA in there. I'll bet she puts a DA in there that's going to prosecute crime. Okay? Another thing that I thought was very interesting, the person running for mayor of Los Angeles.
Which one?
Well, The guy that used to, the billionaire, the
Okay,
businessman. I don't
he's
remember
the
his
real
name.
estate guy. He used to be conservative,
He
and then
used to be a Republican.
yeah, and then he switched to be a Democrat.
I thought this is
and
genius.
he's facing a hardcore progressive
won.
African American.
He won. I know they got a runoff.
They got to run against each other.
But he won. He won 42-37 against a progressive Congress lady. And check this out. I thought this is genius. Republicans cannot win in blue cities. They can't. But why don't you just renounce your Republicanship, become part of the Democrat Party, and run as a fair-minded Democrat?
We've talked about you're just. Not
I've never
realizing
talked
this.
about that before. I thought this is.
We have talked.
This
well,
could be
that's
a way.
because your mind forgets. But we talk about that We've talked about that on this show in the past. Yes, that's part of it. But you came in out of left field as our.
No, I was
listeners
just
say.
responding to what I was hearing you guys say,
The
which
sa-
was fantastic,
That
by the way.
is
It was
the
good.
housing market situation that's going on. And it's not just BlackRock. It's several other groups that are doing that. And if anybody's looking for a house or looking to rent or any of those things, they're going to realize and see very quickly what is happening. It's not just BlackRock. It's several. And it's not going to stop. It's not going to change. That's where we are. There are a lot of forces. BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, they're all doing it.
Let me say one thing to the housing market before you guys go too far. You're right. The prices are elevated. But do you know one house from the 1980s that's still up and is still a house? My mom's house was in a nice neighborhood. It was $87,000 back then. That same house is $300,000. Prices of houses never depreciate
You've told us that
enough.
story before.
They never depreciate enough where you completely lose your money. You just sit on it for 5 years and it will go back to exactly where it is. So I'm not totally worried about the housing market.
We shouldn't be until it burst. But you also have very educated people going, wait a second, the housing market is about ready.
They're speculating on it.
It's the last aspect because of the prices being so inflated right now.
Right.
So
I agree.
I just looked up some numbers, and it says January, but since 2010, there's actually only been a 2% drop in homeowners. So it was 66.5%, and now it's at 64.5%.
Well, that's a bad trend.
So I
going the
know
wrong
it's right, but I think it's made to be sound a lot worse.
Yeah, we got a couple topics that are rolling through right now as we're jumping in. Eric kind of came in out of left field. As Cindy says, you need to be on time so you can start the conversation. You come in on a left
I am
field.
on time. As a matter of fact, I was early today.
Aaron says St. Louis and California, Eric, unfortunately, are lost cause. Progressivism isn't going anywhere,
They're
as
not.
I said.
I feel like they're going to come back.
Okay. Well, you're hopeful. Drew says he loves Matthew McConaughey as you continue to go down the list. And then it's starting again. Robert Peterball says jobs leaving America. John Deere moving large part of its tractor and cab assembly operations now to Mexico.
There you go.
Starting in 2024.
Not good.
That's horrible. And then Roz says America must have a spiritual awakening. That's the only reason or way that anything's going to change here because we've lost our way. Drew says they're destroying the ownership for the average worker for homes. Yes, they are. And people do that, but Eric, they're called rhinos. People say they're Republicans. Oh, yeah. But they do everything in the progressive Democrat way. They're doing what you said the opposite way. They're truly Democrats posing as Republicans.
No, I think you will not win a race in Colorado as a Republican most of the time, or in Los Angeles, or in Seattle. But my
Correct.
God, if you're a businessman and you say, I'm a liberal Democrat and I'm a business guy, and you go on the ballot like that, you could win. And you could sneak in through sheep's clothing.
You could, but there's cases of that, but it's not happening a lot because you'll see it come through. Paula Brandon, did Vic say his rent's going up $1,000 a month? No, my rent isn't going up from my land. I'm moving. I have to move to another location because of my boys and their school. And, being the only guy that's trying to take care, working 2 jobs and having the 2 boys there. So I had to get closer to the 2 different schools that they go to. Rent in the home that I'm going to is up over $1,000 from where it was about a year ago, $950. Yeah.
Are you coming to my side of the river?
And that's realistic.
So if anybody wants to sponsor Vic on the morning show,
Yeah, we need to pay for
His
that.
GoFundMe account is.
go fund Vic.
Get me a hat, get me a T-shirt, and we're ready to rock and roll. But here's a good point, though, Eric. Colorado is largely red other than Denver. It's basically the Illinois of the West.
Correct. Yeah, but I always think of, there's always the ski towns. They're very liberal all the time, but it's because of pot. It's lifestyle in Colorado. It's not about being a socialist.
Yeah, but Republicans are now pushing. They're almost, and Bill Maher was worried about it. He spoke about that recently.
The cannabis issue.
Where he's upset because he thinks that Republicans are now stealing that issue.
Who cares?
Well, from Democrats.
Right. I think the Republicans have such an amazing opportunity.
Because Republicans are monetizing it now and bringing it more full stream that Democrats have never done or been able to do.
Good. Lead follower, get out of the way.
All right, we're just getting started. We got so much to get into. About 15 minutes after we had Ellman on yesterday, Steve Ellman, St. Charles County Executive, he received a call from State Senator Bob Onder saying, Bob Onder's out of the race.
Wow.
Steve Ellman's going to be your St. Charles County Councilman. And we'll tell you what he said, or County Executive, we'll tell you what he said the number one issue in St. Charles is right out of the gate, and number two issue, and then compare that with what Tashara Jones in St. Louis City says is the number one issue, and what St. Louis County Executive Sam Page says is the number one issue there. It is insane, and these are things that are going on all around the country. We'll tell you who's leading the Senate seat race in Missouri, an Emerson poll, actually one of the ones that go right down the middle. Lewis Reed, back down. We'll get into that.
What did I tell you?
What'd you tell him?
He had to.
I said he's gone by Wednesday.
Yeah, he had to. We'll also tell you, hey, guess what? Tampa Bay Devil Ray players, the ones that wore pride flags and colors, backed the players that didn't. So you know who looks like the jackass? It's Jack Flaherty. And now I'm afraid that the Cardinals, he cursed the Cardinals last night in Tampa.
Oh, boy.
They were within a strike of winning. Jack Flaherty, shut your mouth, young kid. Young blood, shut your mouth, you dumb butt. We'll get back with much more after this. It is The Edge. Eric Johnson, Brendan Shanahan.
He's no Bob Porsche.
No. Crystal Cooper on Big Faust of Fox 2. Or Joaquin Aguilar.
This is The Edge Morning Show.
Live on 100.7.
The Viper.
Do you want to work for the biggest medical cannabis company in the state of Missouri? Belief Medical is looking for dynamic individuals to join our newest facility in Jonesburg. We are currently hiring for post-harvest technicians and offer 100% company-paid benefits that include medical, dental, and vision, as well as a starting pay of $15 per hour. If you're 21 or older and ready to join a great company that offers great pay and great benefits, visit our website at beliefmedical.com. BELEAF medical.com.
Get a grip on your finances with People's Bank and Trust's new mobile banking service. You can now manage your accounts, check balances, transfer funds, and pay bills with ease and all from the palm of your hand. Activate your phone today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant Cash Offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Woo-hoo! Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States has a stroke. Strokes are the leading cause of death and serious disability nationwide and around the world, but it doesn't have to be. Knowing the signs and symptoms of a stroke and taking quick action by calling 911 to get to a hospital like Barnes Jewish St. Peter's or Progress West for fast, accurate treatments is critical. Learn more about strokes and see if you're at risk by visiting bjc.org/stroke. That's bjc.org/stroke.
When it comes to pellet grilling, the true heroes of the hopper savor the process as much as they savor the result. Kingsford 100% hardwood pellets can be used on any pellet grill and add bold, smoky wood flavor to any meal. No preservatives or artificial flavors. Kingsford hardwood pellets keep the temperature consistent for an even heat. so you can cook as low and slow as you want. Kingsford 100% hardwood pellets. Kingsford.com.
Do you want the best for your car? Then fill up with premium at Circle K. Circle K Premium is our best fuel with double the cleaning detergent, protecting your engine from corrosion and damage so it can work at its best. And that, my friend, increases your mileage for more cha-ching in your pocket. Plus, when you fill up with premium at Circle K, you can save up to 20 cents per gallon. Offer valid Thursdays or Fridays at participating stores. For details, visit CircleK.com. Circle K. How convenient.
This week on RVER, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
Oh, that new doctor is drop dead gorgeous.
Please, he's just another RV League educated surgeon with good hair.
No, he's different.
Nurses, we got a Class C motorhome with a detached driver's side mirror. Meet me in the OR. Stat.
Right away, doctor.
No, she's on break. I'll handle this one.
Oh, you conniving little...
When your RV really needs saving, Progressive has you covered. See if you could save with a leader in RV insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms. Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. It is The Edge. Eric Johnson's here. Brendan Shanahan, Krista Cooper, and Big Faust of Fox 2. A lot of energy in studio for a Wednesday. Happy hump day. Ooh, I'm going to go crash after this. Freaking the thunder woke me up at about, 3 a.m., 4 a.m.? But you sleep right through it, Eric, don't you?
Yeah, I just...
Of course you do.
But I love thunderstorms, and I hate when they come through at 3 in the morning because I don't wake up.
To go watch them?
Yeah.
You go watch. You're a watcher.
Can you please tell everybody that it's a myth in Seattle that it rains like 3/4
It is a
of the
total
year?
myth.
I know. I met
It
a
is
guy.
72 and sunny all
I
the
worked with a
time.
guy from Seattle, and he's like, "No, it's not like that." He's like,
No.
"Well, please don't tell anybody. All of us Seattle natives, we don't
Mhm.
want people racing to the northwest."
Yeah, from October to December, it's kind of hazy and rainy, and that's about it. But then during the spring and summer, it's literally, it fluctuates between 72 and 80 degrees. It's completely dry. I mean, it's awesome. It's just awesome.
We're getting things going. It's 8:31 on this Wednesday. We've got so many things going on as we've been talking about. I guess I'll wrap it up, and then we don't have to talk about it anymore. I just brought it up. Quote from the Tampa Bay Rays player. It's astonishing to me how people don't understand that different beliefs do exist. And he said that in regards to defending his teammates who chose not to wear the LGBTQ logos on their uniform for Pride Month. So now that the Rays have stopped it, it's a dead issue. The story is over.
Good.
They said that they were not listening to Jack Flaherty calling them an absolute joke. Another team, as that team decided to come to Tampa to play a game, Cardinals within a strike last night of winning, and boom, 3-run homer beats them in the 10th inning. I just hope it's not the curse of Jack Flaherty. Let's see how the next two games go. I guess we're going to see. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But
honestly, I'm getting to the point, though, and I'm not saying last night was the situation, but this weekend, a couple of the games were called really bad at home plate.
Well,
And
yeah, of course they are. Listen to
always-
Crystal talking about the calls.
But
You're
I've
right.
always been one to say it's not the ump's fault. It's not the ref's fault. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a chance for you to do something. But
Well, you
let's
just don't leave it
have
in their
them-
hands. That's
right.
the saying.
Let's just have the technology to call the balls and strikes. He can still stand behind there, and he can call things at the plate. Because at this point, these players work so hard to have the bases loaded and have him call a real ball that was way outside. That ruined that game for us.
But here, then you go
Guess
against.
what?
Then you go against.
Guess what, though? It's a curse. It was part of the
No,
curse.
no.
No, this weekend, not last night. I'm just saying, lately,
but
it's just the calls have been terrible.
Yeah, but it's been to all teams in baseball. The umpiring has been bad, which is why we need a computerized strike system.
Nope, you're wrong, both of you.
But
because
regardless.
because you're going against the Bob Costas, it's the human approach to the game.
Oh my God!
Well,
you know
and
what? Screw
that's-
Bob
look at-
Costas.
but
You know
look
what?
at-
Bob Costas for his vocabulary he doesn't know everything.
Okay, but Bob Costas
I'll
is
take Dan
absolutely right.
McLaughlin over Bob Costas any day, and Dad wants a strike, a computerized strike.
But
zone.
Bob Costas was the guy that said
Bob Costas,
Well, okay.
he's kind of
I
like
do
you.
agree.
You got to blow the dust off him.
damn.
You guys are ancient. It's time to move
all right,
forward.
But what does it do
John
to
Parker
the
reminds you
creativeness of a
every
catcher?
day.
Framing a pitch as a catcher, that's part of
it has been.
It's part of the magic.
Yeah, you don't have to frame the pitch anymore if there's a computer.
Or it's part of the cheating.
No.
Hey, you know what? Many professional athletes have said to me, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. They all cheat.
Well, yeah, but that's why you take as much of it out as
Let's take the
possible.
computers out of sports because you know what? The refs and the umpires are part of the game. It's part of the fun to see if a ref can get it. It's part of the fun to see if 70,000
Was
people.
it fun watching Don Dinkinger in
Here we
'85
go.
blow a call that the Cardinals would have won the World
I
Series?
mean, they're like 80-something% though.
Eric,
But we
go get me a
talk about
coffee.
it. But we talk about it, and it's fun. That's what makes
No,
sports
there was nothing.
fun.
No, there was nothing
If
fun
I want,
about that.
then I'll just go watch a video game.
Good,
Well,
you
I gotta-
watch a video
really
game.
quick. I got to stand up for Bob Costas. He's the reason I got into radio. He was a mentor of mine.
Yeah, he
when
was
I
great at
younger.
one point in time.
He was
before
great
he went,
all the
before
time.
he went
But I
liberal,
just have to stick that
and
in
before
there because
before he got all political. That's the
Right.
problem.
Well-
Bob Costas was amazing, and then he got political. He went all liberal, and now he fancies
Just think about
himself as
this.
some political guy that people want to hear from.
Do you think Jack Buck would have ever? Do you
Unfortunately.
think Jack Buck would have ever done that?
No,
if
because
he was
Jack
alive
was,
20
Jack
years
was
later.
a real man when it came to those issues. He understood that people wanted to hear him broadcast, not talk political.
Yeah.
Now, Bob Costas fancies himself as something special. Well, listen to my intellect, and I'm going to use words that nobody's ever heard before because I think I'm very special.
Well, I think the Olympics blew
Bob
him out.
Costa-
I wish
yeah.
that he never did the
Bob
Olympics.
Costas he's one of the best broadcasters
in the
of all time.
world.
High and
of all
outside
time.
ball.
But the problem is
two.
he became political, and
Yes,
that's
agreed.
the problem.
Totally agree. But back to her point, real quick, baseball it's called conservatism because you want to conserve what made that game fantastic back in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. And now just because we have technology that can fix some of those problems, hell no. Keep it what it was. It's a slow game. It's a summer game. You have a beer. You have another beer. It's the ninth inning. Take me out to the ballpark kind of crap. If a ump blows the call, you have 50,000 people yelling you blew the call. Keep it the same, man. Get the computers away from me.
Aaron says he was fine with the Cardinals losing last night, even though he's a fan, because of Flaherty's comments. So hopefully the Cardinals can win a game and end it, and it isn't the curse. So we go.
Now you just invented a curse. That's the power of persuasion. You just put it out there
I
in the
have
universe.
that much power? Wow, that's
you
awesome.
put it in the universe. Thank you.
hope.
Take it out.
I hope I do.
Take it back.
Well, then how come you put that in the universe that Kim Gardner was going to lose the last election, but she didn't?
Because she has the
And then
power of
you put it-
Soros. It's like the Empire.
Also, we'll see where they coming up on some of the headlines that we had. Eric talked about it. San Francisco situation. They have to put a new district attorney in now. Very interesting. It happened in the most liberal city ever. Also, yesterday, big news right after Steve Ellman joined our show. So Bob Onder, who was his competition, decided to bow out. So he was term limited, Missouri State Senator Bob Onder. So now he says, I'm just going to focus on my family. Decides not to run. Steve Ellman does run against, there's no Democrats that are running. I can't think of Arnie's last name. Arnie is running again. But Steve Ellman is going to be the St. Charles County executive again. And what did he say think of St. Charles County. What did he still say the number one issue is?
Potholes.
No.
Pool violence.
No.
That was for
What
Chris.
he says, St. Charles, and this just goes, what he said that they have to take care of, here it comes, crime. As good as St. But here's the thing. He is thinking ahead because he said, and then you compare that, Sam Page isn't saying that in St. Louis County.
No.
Jashar Jones isn't saying that in St. Louis City.
think?
But you look at their crime rates, and they're sky high.
Yeah.
And then you look at St. Charles crime rates, and they're not.
Yeah.
But he still says you've got to take care of crime, or you're not going to have commerce. You're not going to have people moving.
Keep
I'm
your
like,
finger on it.
how difficult is this really for politicians? So he comes out of the gate and he says, listen, we've had a little bit of an uptick in crime, and guess where it's coming from? It's coming
St.
from
Louis.
It's coming from another city, and it's coming from another county. He's like, so we can't rest on our laurels and sit back. And I'm going, oh my God, you have a leader who's already sitting in a county that's doing great by all accounts.
Yes.
Still saying, nope, we got to focus on crime. We got to keep this place safe. And then guess what else he talked about? The number 2 issue. Say it, Crystal.
Potholes.
Potholes.
It's the truth.
He's like, and I'm like, oh my God, Elman gets it. The guy gets it. And he is speaking to the people, and he's going to be super popular.
I keep waiting. My head keeps going down looking for John Parker and Drew Collins to reply. But you're absolutely right.
No, he did. John Parker saying that in St. Louis City, but he's not an elected official yet.
No, he's not. Here's the deal. Elman is the Ray Lewis Ravens of county executives because he's like a good defense is a good offense. You win games with fantastic defense.
Well said, Eric.
And he is looking.
I like that.
He's looking at the future of this.
The old Bears, Brendan. That's an ode to Brendan and his Bears.
Exactly. You can win a Super Bowl here and there with a fantastic defense. That's what St. Charles is. It's like, you know what? We're hands off. Go develop. Go kick ass in St. Charles. We're not. If COVID comes around, don't worry about the mask. Be safe. Blah blah blah. He has done a fantastic job. I don't care about you haters out there. He has done a really good job here in St. Charles. This is good news.
Aaron, Eric is Elman's PR team. There's no doubt.
I'm not anyone's PR team.
Yes, you are.
Ander's going to go. Ander did a great job.
PRL team.
Ander did a great job as a senator. He deserves a little time off. I would love to know what the state Senate races polls look like. It looks like Greitens is still in the lead for whatever reason. I mean, seriously.
That's for the U.S. Senate seat.
Right, for the U.S. Senate seat.
We're going to talk about that. That's
but
coming up.
It looks like all things are starting to fall in place a little bit.
What do you mean?
I mean, Ander's kind of bowing out. We didn't have to go through a big race this year. Elman's just going to keep his job. Everything.
No, we needed them to help pay our salaries at Fox 2 because that money coming in, the political ads.
Hey, wait a minute. You got St. Louis County. You got St. Louis County.
Because they're guaranteed money.
We've got a lot of election commercials on just from Illinois, not even getting into Missouri yet.
Okay.
Look what's happening in the governor's race for the state of Missouri, the GOP. There are ads on like every other second in Illinois. But yes, you're right.
And that's another thing. Is Pritzker going to be able to fend this guy off?
Yes.
Vic, you didn't look so confident there, did you?
Not as confident as I am that Kim Gardner will never lose in the city of St. Louis.
You know what? Then we'll just we'll draw a big line around St. Louis, and that'll be the no-go zone. How about that? Fine, whatever.
Eric, that's awesome.
The big target. Don't go there.
Oh my God, that's awesome. So you've got Elman saying all those things, and from a national standpoint, we have national listeners. How important is crime? We've talked about. Look what's happened to Chicago, Brendan's hometown. It's not even close to being the city that it used to be, is it, Brendan?
Yeah, but it's so big.
You're the only person that can speak to this because you're from there and have more experience.
Honestly, it's set up into sections, and there's a portion of Chicago that is still just crappy, and they kind of just let it happen. It seems like, you know what I mean?
Is that south?
Sort of. Yeah, it's sort of like even closer to the project area. Still, they still sort of let that area be. But you're looking. Think about Wrigleyville. Wrigleyville it's all yuppies. Yeah, there's some crime there and stuff like that. Just like we have crime here in Whitmore, whatever. But it is definitely segregated. However, it is a bunch of nonsense that is going on up there. What is going on is terrible because they seem to just look the other way.
When it comes to not prosecuting crime.
Yes.
And then we see it happening in New York, and it's happened in L.A., and Eric brings up these issues from New York, and he brings up the issues from L.A., and you're starting to see more of it, unfortunately. So,
well, you have...
and then you have Steve Elman talking about a place that's safe in St. Charles County.
Why not?
He's like, we got to focus. We got to focus on crime. We got to make sure it stays that way because he understands that businesses go and do business, and people move and put their kids in schools where there's school systems free of crime.
Why do you think Wentzville has just built another one? Nobody was born and raised in Wentzville that's over the age of 12.
Okay, what's the point?
I mean, that's where do you think all those people came from?
Okay, I don't know.
They came from either North County, like half the people in Wentzville, like, well, yeah, I grew up in Florissant, Hazelwood.
Yeah.
I mean, they've come out that way because even that area, nobody wants to live over there.
I think we should do a big ad campaign from St. Charles saying, hey, Arnold and Festus are a great place to loot, and then send it out to St. Louis.
Eric.
Loot Jeffco.
Loot Jeffco.
Loot Jeffco.
They have great cars to break into.
Oh, my God.
Arnold has nice cars, too.
Oh, my God.
And it's right off 44.
We should do an ad campaign that says all of our cars have tasers on them, If you touch them, they'll zap you. But Arnold, they're a great place to go to look for guns and ammo and stuff in cars. Knock yourself out.
If you go to Jeffco, you might get some meth as well.
This is The Edge.
I'm kidding.
The fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Eric Johnson.
Not kidding.
Brendan Shanahan. Krista Cooper and Big Faust of Fox. So you know what we do? It goes fast here, separating fact and fiction. If you want to jump in, you can also call us as well, 636-695-2915. We don't give the phone number all the time because you guys are amazing when it comes to jumping on the Facebook line. You can also stream us at ViperRocks.com. Once again, ViperRocks.com. Cindy says, no way in Jeffco because they'll shoot them.
True story.
I hope,
Actually,
Cindy,
it's a true
I
story.
hope you live there and you're speaking as a Jeffco resident.
Okay, no. So as a person who experiences, when I first moved to Charlotte, we lived out in the country. I built a house there. And within 3 months of living there, a car parked in our driveway was broken into. And they came out and they thought they could CSI some of the cars. So the guy was talking to us and he used to work in downtown Charlotte, Mecklenburg area. And he said that he was so busy, he would never sleep. But when he moved to the county or to the country, he barely ever gets calls. And he said that it's statistically, the further you move out in the country, the higher possibility that that person is a gun owner.
Yeah.
So you'll have car break-ins, but less home invasions. So I found that interesting. And she's, think about it. They're like, I'll just go for the car because they got a gun inside.
Yeah. And the dog. I'll bet German Shepherd sales are up.
But there's a chance that those cars have guns in them, and that's
True.
what they're looking for. They're not looking for your loose change or your Coach purse that you left in there. They're looking for garage door openers, ways to get in the house, and they're looking for guns.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't been here long enough, but my car in front of our house 10 times in the last 2 years.
Wow.
I know,
People have
that's
gone.
something- yeah,
My son
something's
doesn't even
weird.
lock his car anymore.
There's something about where you live or the house that people go, oh, that's a target.
And it's not that. It's the whole neighborhood. And I live in a nice area. You know, I
do
live right
think-
by Whitmore.
I do think that the technologies against car theft, vandalism, whatever, I think the companies that can develop those kind of technologies will be billion-dollar companies pretty soon. And I'm dead serious. If you try to open a car,
Apple AirTags, right?
if you try, and the AirTag thing, that's
The
another
AirTags
thing
we were talking about.
God dang.
Jamie says, by the way, she's trying to stick up for Jeffco. She says there's more meth and crack houses in St. Louis County than Jefferson County. Who made the meth comment? I was reading.
That was me. That's why Jamie's moving out even farther. She's moving out into the sticks to get away
My
from
God, Columbia, Missouri is going to be the St. Louis suburbs pretty
Aaron
soon.
says, yeah, rude awakening coming when the flight continues out to Jeffco, Lincoln, and Warren counties. And
so
Danny
true.
wants to remind everybody that St. Charles was built by North County due to bad Democratic policies. Majority of it was from St. Louis City. And then he says, ruin North County. I don't know what that means.
It would be fascinating to get a historian on here that actually knows exactly what the demographic patterns of St. Louis were from the 30s to present time. I would love to know that. How St. Louis, you can drive through St. Louis, North St. Louis, and North County, and you can see some of the most amazing architecture. I mean, just amazing brick buildings that are now Blythe. I would love to know how that happened.
Well, you've also got to think and look at all the corruption that has occurred in St. Louis City and
there you
St.
go.
Louis County.
Preach.
We've had Louis Reed on the show. We like Louis Reed, but he got caught. He got caught doing dirty business. The pay for play
Is that
for play
political, you
scheme.
think?
What do you mean political?
Was it some? Do you believe that Lewis was targeted or how? I don't know.
No.
You don't think so,
Eric.
So he was just looking to line his pockets.
Eric, yes.
I'm asking a question. I don't know.
It doesn't
You're
matter
the
if
news
he
guy.
was quote targeted. I'm telling you, it's been. And if this was the one time, if you go and look at all the evidence, yeah, it goes against him and the things that he said. Not only him, but the other two aldermen. Yeah, they were lining their pockets. They're what? And, they're making the most of situations. People in politics have been doing it for centuries. That's what you do, this for that. What do you think the lobbyists do? Except it's somewhat legal what the lobbyists do. It's how the system works. He got caught. Steve Stenger got caught. Pay-for-play scheme. But look at all the money. Now, as Crystal brought up yesterday, a deal that they put together for a business owner, taxpayers could still be on the hook for paying that, even though Lewis and the other aldermen who put it into place are gone.
Yes.
Then you look at what happened yesterday with Weaver from the St. Louis County jail system. Page had to fire him. Sam Page had to fire him. You had another guy trying to use COVID relief funds in a scheme in St. Louis County.
Yes.
People are you can't trust anybody when it comes to politics, and you want to know why
in certain
things
cities
are happening.
In certain cities,
yeah,
for
I mean,
sure.
Mayor Slay, former Mayor Slay, he certainly had his critics, but things appeared to be headed in the right direction
They
when
sure
he was in
did.
office. I mean, I'm not saying that I was 100 because you can pick apart any politician as more as you want, but there certainly seems like there was a lot more positive going on then.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I say it, we'll do that. Robert says, but now we have trans cheerleaders in the NFL. Can't wait to hear those chants.
Wait a minute, what?
I didn't know that.
Yes. Yeah, there's their first trans cheerleaders.
Okay.
Brendan knows
in an NFL
everything.
team.
Tell me about
Let me
this.
guess, the Cleveland Browns. No, I'm kidding.
Where is
No,
it?
that's quarterback.
Where is
Ramp, L.A., Seattle.
It's like Jacksonville, I think.
Because they need something.
Yeah.
Holy garbage. Brendan just said something that was very insightful. We could have, Vic, we could have the first transgendered quarterback that is literally on paper a
Eric,
female.
You always lose.
A female.
Okay, you always lose it. This you like
Come
go
on,
way
Vic, look
overboard.
at me, man.
Carolina Panthers.
Look at me. The Panthers. Okay, that's a cheerleader. Fine. Vic, look at me. You could
I'm looking at
literally
you.
have a woman that has a shotgun of an arm that used to be a man, but is playing as a woman in the NFL.
Okay, great. It's not happening.
Would you catch a pass from a female?
Who cares? Yes. Yes, I don't get into all that.
I'm just trying to bait
Dorothy
him.
Rodriguez, the first female
Panthers
quarterback.
Go. I'm not Jack Flaherty. You go be you.
No, I'm serious.
I'm
I
not
don't-
going to
I'm not
rip
saying
you up
anything
and
bad
down
about it.
because
I'm not. I just thought to
you and I
myself.
have different beliefs.
I just thought to myself. I go, there'll never be a female that plays in the NFL. That will never happen. I go,
Glenn
boom.
says that Kaepernick is transgender.
Hold on. When
That's
Cam
not
when
true,
Cam
right?
Newton would come out and look like a grandma
Yeah.
when he was the quarterback, that's probably the closest you're gonna get,
That's a
Eric.
cheerleader? Okay. Brendan just showed me a picture of the cheerleader.
Todd says maybe Colin
it-
Kaepernick will transition. Oh, I did see that story.
I'm just saying, Vic. That's an interesting thing to say. There could be a female, quote unquote, in the NFL one day. Now that I think about it, okay, fine. It's the edge. We can go
Well,
on. We can
think
go
a
on.
kicker might have a shot.
Yeah.
Maybe
They made college teams.
You could maybe you could bring a female
And a really
kicker
good
on. But what
soccer
happens if you
player.
bobble the snap and all of a sudden they're in a scrum and they get their? There's a lot of things to think about.
Tuck
still
and
gotta be-
roll.
But so my son went to Central Methodist, and that's where. Do you remember the girl who got the D1, who got the scholarship to play football? She was all over ESPN and everything.
Yeah.
She went to CMU.
Yeah.
She never played.
Well, of course.
She
That's a whole other
never
subject.
ever played.
It's. I'm
was
not even
all-
gonna.
it
I
was
don't want to
all
upset
publicity.
anybody who have.
Remember Arsenio Hall?
You
Things that make you go, I'm just gonna think about that all day. That we could have. Who's gonna be the first quote unquote female?
You would be the person thinking about
Okay.
that all day.
Well, I am.
because it's
And
not
what position
it's
are they
not
gonna play?
happening. Oh my God, Eric! It's not
What if they're a
happening.
fullback? I'm done. Back to whatever.
Okay, wait. Can I ask?
I
a-
feel
can
like
I
I'm
ask a
Kate
question,
Middleton and
though?
your little Prince Louis, and I have to did you see the pictures? It's like I have to keep you in line, and you're like that little toddler that's like,
Yeah.
"Eh."
Okay,
Yeah.
let me ask a question though, because you were
Danny DeVito.
We got
and-
about a minute, or
would
should
be
we
my-
wait to the other side
no,
of the break?
you were an athlete at a college level,
Correct.
right? Okay, so if a girl would have been playing against you,
Yeah.
would you have had any obligation, thought process, anything to take it easier on her?
No, if anything, I would try to bury her ass underneath the turf. Like
Wow,
3
that
feet
is
always
more.
where
wondered.
chivalry's dead.
Not on the football field, because guess what? That same woman would probably be the same one in the pile grabbing my you know what and trying to twist and turn it and hurt
Yeah.
you.
But at the same time, for the most part, you're going to have that. If you're going to make it to the D1 level, in all
'Cause
honesty,
that's what
you
happens
got
with
to have
guys.
that. If it's a guy, you're going to want to do the same thing.
Exactly.
There might be a little chip if it is a female. Be like, come on now, But the mentality when you're playing at a college level is,
Yeah, it wasn't my first. It wasn't my first. Yeah, what was it? Yeah, it was like okay he was a D lineman. It was the first time that I was actually playing offense in college. There was he was like a 280 D tackle from Oklahoma State. And I was
Okay.
playing tight end, and like from the first play, this guy was talking so much crap, and it all had to be. And I can't say all the words, but white boy, little white boy, white boy. Like, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, This guy, are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that goes on. And he was dirty. And after plays, you'd get hit certain places and, bump in. So that stuff happens.
Yeah,
So,
the talk on a football field and in the locker room is
John Parker,
you would never
play
know.
the game regardless of gender. End of story. You're not thinking about that because
bull crap.
No,
in
you're
the middle
Eric,
of a play.
You're
Come
thinking
on.
about the plays, Eric. It's not easy. It's not a D1 level. Everything's moving so fast, man. And if you're on offense, you've got four. Do you have like four different routes? You
Well,
have to
no
run
one in the
depending upon
history
coverage
of
that
the
you
game
see.
has lined up against a female. No
Okay.
one.
Why did you take us into this?
I don't know.
Because of transgender
Because he said
cheerleaders?
there's transgender
All right.
cheerleaders, and as soon as he said that, I was like, wait a minute.
It's my fault. I will
Michael
take the
says-
blame.
Michael says, Blue, you're my boy. Oh, wait, you're not. Okay, I get it. Boy,
You're my boy, quote unquote.
Will Ferrell.
Our first transgender center is coming in.
Okay, and we're getting out of here.
That's why I got music.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, man. That's awesome, guys. Continue the conversation going. The fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Eric Johnson, Brendan Shanahan in today for Krista Cooper. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. We come back, we'll tell you the latest polling numbers. Eric wanted to hear them when it comes to the U.S. Senate seat being vacated by Roy Blunt. Who's leading? Is it Hartzler? Is it Greitens? Is it Schmidt? Is it Mark McCloskey?
Gun boy.
Back with more of this great show right after this.
Wake up. The Edge Morning Show.
If you want the best, don't settle for the rest. Come to F&S. F&S Collision Repair provides the best customer service, quality of work, paint color match, and paintless dent repair. They do it all. No job too big or too small. Just what your car or truck ordered. F&S Collision. Call today to schedule your appointment and get that car repaired. F&S Collision Repair.
My daughter used to be a shining star. I would tell her, there's nothing you can't do. Now, it's like living with a stranger. It happens so fast. Centerpoint Hospital, real help for addiction and hope for a bright future.
If a young person dear to you is facing substance use, the Changing Point at Centerpoint Hospital now offers adolescent treatment solutions with detox, 4-week residential, and outpatient treatment. The Changing Point for Adolescents at Centerpoint Hospital. Hope for a bright future.
Keep your resolution to quit cigarettes this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon. I Quit Vapor carries the salt nicotine systems, their latest juice flavors, and all of their pod systems. Let their staff explain why the salt nicotine system is so effective in helping you to quit cigarettes for good. It has a much smoother delivery and allows you to adjust the amount of nicotine intake. I Quit Vapor is still your one-stop shop for everything vapor. Keep your quit cigarette resolution this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon.
Please leave a message at the beep.
Hey, it's fun. Remember me? Miss you, buddy. Look, I know it's been a minute, but we gotta get the fam back down to Holiday World and Splash and Safari. They've got 3 of the top 5 water coasters in the world. Remember getting soaked on Mammoth and Cheetah Chase? Or screaming down monster roller coasters like Thunderbird and Voyage? Tickets are still at holidayworld.com. Oh, the kids want to say something. Go ahead.
You work from home, and now home can be anywhere you want with an RV from Bill Thomas Camper Sales. RV travel is the ultimate social distancing for your family, and you know what you have with you and where it's been. For 55 years locally, family-owned, Bill Thomas Camper Sales has had the highest quality for every budget, and they have guidelines in place for your safe shopping experience. Travel in comfort and safety with a visit to Bill Thomas Camper Sales in Wentzville. For details, hours, and directions, go to btcamper.com.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
The Edge Morning Show. back in a moment.
Come on down to St. Louis Hemp Company in St. Peters, where you can get all of your CBD needs, as well as many other euphoric cannabinoid-based products. From topicals to edibles and drinks, St. Louis Hemp Company has what you need, and new products are coming in all the time. You can get your medical marijuana card in store. Come on in to St. Louis Hemp Company, just off I-70 at Salt Lake Road by Deerbergs, and get your hemp together. Check out St. Louis Hemp Company on Facebook for more info and map.
Spectrum Glass is known for their quality work on windshields, but they do so much more. Spectrum Glass also specializes in residential, commercial, and automotive window tinting. Reduce the heat, reduce the fading, and increase your comfort with professional window tinting from Spectrum Glass. Serving St. Charles and surrounding counties since 1995, Spectrum Glass is still your premier company for windshield replacement. And with free mobile service, they come to you. 636-294-1800 on Facebook and SpectrumGlassOnline.com.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Now another hour of The Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles. The Edge Morning Show.
Viper Weather with legendary chief meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hi, this is Viper meteorologist Dave Murray on this Wednesday. A bit of an unsettled day again. Another front pushing in. A mix of clouds and sunshine. The winds will be picking up with scattered showers and thunderstorms anytime today, though not raining all the time. But a couple of the storms could be on the strong side, enough to keep an eye on the sky. 80 for the high. Tonight, it's all gone. Clear skies take over quickly. 60 for the overnight low. I think it's all gone for evening plans. Thursday, sunny and nice, 80. Thursday night, increasing showers and thunderstorms again late night. Friday, scattered showers and thunderstorms anytime during the day on Friday, and a couple of those could be strong, 78. But the weekend looks great, continues to look great. Saturday, partly sunny, 78. Sunday, sunny and 85. From the Viper Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray. Now back to the Edge on 100.7, The Viper.
Whipper River Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. 9:02 is our time. Let's get into some of your news and sports headlines this morning. Floods from overnight rain, which came down hard, have closed eastbound 70 at Union, believe it or not. Not sure if you heard the storm roll through. The thunder certainly woke me up. Got no sleep after hearing that. We'll see what happens with rain today. I think we're supposed to get a little bit more. But on Thursday, it's supposed to be sunny and bright and cheery, so get through one more day and you should be fine. Deerberg's union workers are voting on a new contract today. We'll keep you posted to let you know how that one turns out. The Blue Angels have arrived in Chesterfield ahead of Saturday's air show. The weather is supposed to be absolutely fantastic. We're still waiting to see if Eric's going to be up in the Blue Angels on Saturday. We will see. In the strap-in, you've seen the planes where they stand on the edge of the wing, right? Yeah, I want to see you on a biplane playing your bass.
That's like a transgendered plane, biplane.
Okay. The Justice Department
I don't even know what that
is
means.
requiring changes for Mamron. We'll keep you posted on that. What are you doing? What's going on? Okay. Also, how do you feel about a plan to use COVID funds to repair potholes in St. Louis City? Use COVID funds for that?
Why not? There's COVID's dead.
Take all the used masks and fill the potholes.
By the way, the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra is kicking off their Sunset concert series. That's coming up. The Cardinals last night lost. They were within a strike or two. They almost had the game won. Then the curse of Jack Flaherty hit. He ripped the Tampa Bay Rays the other day because a few of them didn't want to wear the Pride Month patches, even though Tampa said we're fine with all of this. We love each other. A home run in the bottom of the 10th beat the Cardinals 4-2. We'll see what they get done today. They'll be back at it again. Hopefully they take care of business. And last night, Pat Maroon scored a goal. He was right in front of the net. Big rig. Got a goal. Tampa even their series at 2 games apiece to Eastern Conference Angel Finals. That's a look at your morning sports and news on Big Faust.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. It's your birthday.
It's your birthday. That's right. I served you cake. Uh-huh. I'm Peggy. Pull your leggy. Happy birthday.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Go.
All right. Happy Wednesday. It is June 8th today. People born on this date are passionate and eager, but they lack flexibility. Considered fun-loving, friendly, and sociable, these people also have a strong willpower. I think we could say that about this first guy. He's 45 years old today. Last fall, legally changed his name to Ye. Kanye West.
Oh.
Rapper.
Yay.
Net worth, how much? What do you think?
$400 million.
Oh, no. It's way higher than that.
Is it?
He
Think
might
about
be
it.
a billionaire.
He's a billionaire, yeah.
I'm going to
He
say
and
he's a billionaire.
$2
billion.
billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
Eric.
and
$2 billion.
Kim were both
Eric.
billionaires.
I mean, he's got fashion line. I mean, the Yeezy shoes. It's Yeezy season, as my friend would say. Okay, so Julianne Margulies, she's an actress, 56 years old, best known for her role as Carol Hathaway in NBC's long-running medical drama, ER. I remember
course.
that. I need to rewatch that. Nancy Sinatra also celebrating her birthday today. That's the oldest daughter of Frank Sinatra.
These boots are made for walking?
Yeah, she's 82 years old.
Wow.
Did you know she posed for Playboy, becoming one of the oldest women to do so at the age of 54?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Also, happy birthday to Keenan Irie Wames. He's 64 today, in Living Color guy. Maria Menounos, TV personality, is 44 as well.
I always liked her.
Yeah, you know, she was actually one of the youngest co-hosts ET ever had.
Yeah,
She was 22.
yeah, I liked her. She was really good.
And then we have Tim Berners-Lee. He's 67. He was the World Wide Web developer. And then 2 musicians for you, Eric. Bonnie Tyler. Yep, 71 today. That's Total Eclipse of the Heart, if you guys need to know. And then Nick Rhodes. He's the keyboardist for Duran Duran, celebrating his 60th birthday today.
Which, by the way,
Everybody's getting old.
I'll give a little plug to our friends down at the Diamond Music Hall. They are doing a Duran Duran tribute Friday night.
Nice.
My name is Rio. I love it.
And they'll be playing that one for
The
sure.
Reflex.
They'll
That's
be playing
awesome.
that one, I guarantee it.
The band's so nice, they named it twice. Duran Duran.
Well, we all here at The Edge wish you a happy birthday.
Hey, guys, welcome back to the show. It is The Edge. Happy Wednesday, June 8th, 9:07. Eric Johnson's here. Brendan Shanahan, Crystal Cooper. I'm Big Faust of Fox 2. Hope everybody's having a great day. Wherever you're listening from, we're rocking and rolling as we normally do. If you want to call, you can. 636-695-2915. Of course, you can catch us on Facebook. That's where you can jump in on the lively conversation. Second to none. That is The Edge. 100.7 The Viper. You can also stream us, as always, at ViperRocks.com. Once again, ViperRocks.com. Hell, you can even get us on YouTube at The Morning Edge. It is Wednesday. Here we go. We're getting things rocking and rolling. You wanted to know it. I will give you the information right now. Latest polling numbers. Eric, you asked, when it comes to the Senate seat, 2 months left until the Missouri primary, and it's thought that the Republicans will win this race. I mean, you've got Trudy Valentine Bush on the other side for the Democrats. She's the only one running. But an exclusive Fox 4 poll out of Kansas City in conjunction with Emerson College and The Hill. So this has been the largest polling that we've had. They pulled 1,000 likely Republican primary voters, and none of these groups are associated with any of the candidates. They conducted it last weekend. And the state's former governor leads the poll beyond the margin of error of 3 percentage points. It is Eric Greitens. 26% of voters saying they plan on voting for Greitens, holding a 6-point lead over Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt, and a 10-point lead over Congresswoman Vicky Hartzler. So that's where they are right now. Now, what's interesting is Billy Long, who you liked and thought was fun, has 8%, and Mark McCloskey still getting 4% of the vote.
Jeez.
So will there be people who are voting for individual candidates knowing that their candidate's not going to win, switching and voting for somebody else, hoping that, well, if I can't get my guy, maybe the lesser of two evils, in my opinion, would come in. The other interesting things that came from this is that Schmidt seems like he's a strong second, Hartzler a distant third. But the communications director at Emerson said that Greitens has a 25% very favorable view, but he also has the highest unfavorable view at 26%.
Oh, that makes total sense.
So you mean you either love him,
makes sense.
you love him, or you hate him, and it's if he has enough people who love him, which right now he does.
Yeah.
And despite that, though, his favorability is 10 points higher among women than men.
That can't be true. That cannot be true.
And the poll shows that 27% of these conservative, or the 1,000 conservative voters, 27% of women support him more than Hartzler, who has 18%. 25% of men support Schmidt to 24% for Greitens.
Wow.
So the polling that's putting Greitens over the top right now is because of women.
It's crazy. But do you think that this is because of the Johnny Depp trial that people are seeing?
No.
No.
Do you think that he's
What?
been Johnny Depped? He was accused falsely.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
He was
Yeah.
accused falsely. He became this victim, and the women want to kind of put him under his arm, saying, "Come here, it's okay." Because he's a good looking guy, right? Women liked him before, and then this whole thing came out with this, with what happened in the basement or whatever, and then the women kind of voted against him. You think people feel sorry? I don't know, man. I mean, the Greitens thing is such a risky move.
Glenn says that Trump's going to endorse Greitens a few weeks before the primary.
I thought he already did.
No,
I thought he already kind of did.
No, yeah,
didn't he?
But he no, because here's the problem. Initially, we've talked about this. Initially, he gave Greitens kind of a shot in the arm. Hey, Eric Greitens. But then, about 2 months later, he hosted Eric Schmidt at Mar-a-Lago, where Schmidt made $1.4 million for his campaign, and he's the only candidate that Trump's rubbed shoulders with Schmidt. Then, like a month later, he says something really positive about Billy Long.
Right.
So he has not endorsed any of the three candidates yet. He just happened to say something about all three. But every single one of the candidates running for this Senate seat, representing Missouri in Congress, wants Trump's backing.
That's the point. There's not one person running for the Missouri federal Senate seat that doesn't subscribe to the Trump philosophy. Not one.
No, they all back him.
One.
They all.
Right. It's
Missouri is still Trump country, whether people want to admit it or not. Whether they like it or not.
On crack.
This is Trump town. Especially compared to other states.
Trump state.
Oh yeah, I can sit on my dock at the Lake of the Ozarks, and the boats that come out of the apartment or the condos.
I can't believe you beat me to it.
They're all Trump flags.
If Trump
flags.
endorses Greitens, this race is over. Because I do believe that there are that many.
He doesn't
people.
need to. He doesn't even need to. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to sit on this one until one day before the election, and then whoever it doesn't. I had the opportunity so far this spring to go all over the state of Missouri. PRL has played everywhere in this state. Go anywhere, and there's a Trump flag flying down the highway at 80 miles an hour. You go down the back roads to whatever club you're playing at, there's a Trump flag. Like Crystal said, you go out and the multi-million-dollar yachts have Trump flags. Mm-hmm. Some of them are higher than the American flag, I must say, which is not the protocol. You go on small boats, Trump flags. You go down the back roads of Missouri, there are Trump banners. I mean, it's crazy.
They're hanging on their docks.
It's crazy.
Flags
Trump
even Kansas City.
Trump
Vic.
endorsed Oz, and Dr. Oz managed to pull it through. Now, Trump hasn't had every single candidate win, but he's he's polling at probably a 95% rate
at least
of the candidates that he backed winning races. Now, is he coming in late and taking candidates that are leading?
Yeah.
I
I'll invite
don't
you all down
know.
to Mar-a-Lago. We'll all have a party. Doesn't matter. We'll bring you all down here one at a time.
But there's 2 months before this election, this primary, and we'll see if Trump jumps in to back. Because if he backs anybody, it's going to be one of two people. It's going to be one of the Erics if he backs anybody.
Do you really think he's knows anything about Greitens, though? Or
Yes, absolutely.
You think so? You think he really does?
Do you think he's still friends with Rudy Giuliani?
Yeah.
Do you think he's friends with Trump Jr.?
Friends?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't pick your family.
Yeah, bingo.
So-
That's my point.
Hell, Chris Knight's
Trump
friends
Jr.
with the family.
Trump Jr. has come into town to campaign for Eric Greitens.
Yeah. This is a safe house for them.
I just got a text, and it was a good point. The flags are either Trump flags or they say "Let's go, Brandon."
That's true.
There's a lot of those.
So another thing, Kid Rock, he has a thing on Fox Nation right now with Tucker Carlson, and he built a Bentley, $500,000 Bentley. It's the Let's Go Brandon version. It has it on the Bentley itself. So this is an entire demographic. This is about ready to explode. The country is about ready to blow up. It is. I'm serious.
Yeah.
My friend on that texted me, he's like, just remember, good-looking people win races.
I don't know what that means. I
I
don't know
guess
if
to
that's
Greitens
true.
being attractive.
Okay, maybe, but there's a lot of unattractive people that are winning races right now that are Republicans.
Pritzker won.
Well, that's another thing. You know, we talk about backlash here. You got fine. Greitens is it looks like Greitens is the guy to beat in Missouri.
Well,
What
he's
if
been leading for a while.
Do you have any Missouri State Senate numbers on there? Like our friends, we have a few friends that are running for state Senate right now. Do you have any of the Missouri?
No, because because there's multiple of those, and it's a smaller race.
And they don't poll for that stuff, do they? Really?
I don't know. I'm just the big race is this one, and that's
Right.
what everybody's into because that's the Senate.
How many
seat.
people are running for honors?
And
old
just
chair?
remember, real quick, you've got like 3 or 4 for Anders. Just remember that Josh Hawley, who would be who is the other senator from Missouri at the national level, has backed and put his support behind Vicky Hartzler. He went all in for Vicky Hartzler.
Okay.
So
apparently, according to our Facebook feed, there's a Facebook page that is Women for Greitens. I guess you're right, Vic. Women, I guess they love him, you know? So if, you know,
I didn't say they love him. I was just reading the polling.
Well, it looks like they love him in the polling, too.
Yeah, I guess it depends on who's running against him when it comes to that whole good-looking thing. Who are the candidates? Right?
I'll tell you what, Eric Schmidt sure does have that resume. Man.
He does.
Especially for a senator. He has got a resume from hell.
Wait a minute.
Fighting the border.
He's not a senator.
No, he's running to become a senator.
Yeah. I know that.
He's got a resume. His CV
You mean his
looks real
resume
good.
as Attorney General?
Yes, exactly.
You guys want to play by the numbers for a second?
Yeah.
Does 118 mean anything to you?
Regarding what?
The president.
What do you mean the president?
It's been
Joe
100, 118 days without a major network interview.
When it comes tonight.
I know.
It's tonight, but that doesn't count.
It really
It's
doesn't.
a monkey show. It's
It
a
is
monkey show.
It is a monkey show. 10:35, Jimmy Kimmel. It's really bad. So it's been 118. That has to be a record.
God.
It's a terrible number if it isn't.
And then tomorrow night we have the ABC produced. Is it tomorrow night? The ABC produced House January 6th subcommittee hearings live on ABC.
Whatever. I mean,
wait a minute. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's a major network holding a primetime subcommittee.
and you're surprised. Eric, they've had this House committee
I'm not
against January
surprised.
6th, and it's
I
not
just think it's overwhelmingly stupid.
They wouldn't accept the Republicans' choices for the Republicans on that committee. It's not even a bipartisan committee.
Exactly.
And Liz
Well,
Cheney
Liz
being
Cheney,
on there,
of course.
but she's not a real. You know what I mean? It's not a bipartisan effort, and that's why Republicans have not partaken. This has been an all-Democratic effort from the get-go, regardless of January 6th being a horrible day.
I think
so
my point
they
is
just don't
this.
have a lot of you had a Democratic representative yesterday saying, we need to make this bigger than inflation.
Thank you. You beat me to the point.
And gun control and everything else. I mean, she said that. She came out and said, I'm like, oh, my God, I can't believe. Now people don't even care. They say publicly, and it's like, uh-oh.
No, so you made my point. You had these two premeditated events, which is Jimmy Kimmel it's not like Trump would just take questions anywhere. He would just kind of turn around and start talking to the media. That counts.
Obama did a
the
ton
same
of
thing.
press conferences as well.
Clinton did the same thing. Bush didn't do a lot of that stuff.
But Obama, that's
Bush
where
didn't
he
do a
was
lot.
at his best.
Well, yeah.
He was at his best in front of the
Right.
camera, making you believe
But
whatever
they
he
had
was
to
saying.
probably go through a 2-month workup in the White House with his aides saying, okay, how can we get him in the media? Jimmy Kimmel. Well, that seems safe. Okay, we'll go and look, you know what else they're doing? It's not live. They're pre-producing this
They're
thing.
taping it at 5 o'clock, and then it'll run tonight.
And then they'll edit it.
They're going to edit it and then run it as live.
Yes, and run it as live, which is ridiculous. And then on the heels of that, they have this January 6th garbage tomorrow. That you're starting to see, look, preseason is over. The real season has started. We are in the midterm race right now.
Before we get to that, and speaking of races, Crystal, you were called out in the Facebook line. Did you see it?
No.
People wanted to know your opinion on the Missouri State Senate race and Eric Greitens and your feelings.
Well, I disagree with Eric that he's good looking.
Oh.
Damn. I didn't say he was. I said maybe women think he does.
Well, I brought that up. My friend said, who texted me, said good-looking people win races, saying that Greitens was good-looking. But you don't think he's good-looking?
No.
Okay.
And if he wasn't found guilty, then he's not guilty. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with using that what was the Confide app for that.
Oh, yeah, where they disappear.
Yeah, I don't think anything's wrong with that. But I'm not going to jump on that whole. In fact, you brought up Johnny, right? I said something that I thought was actually kind of comical. It said, let it be known as the first point in history that a man publicly won an argument with a woman.
Correct.
This might be the second.
Yeah.
Well, it's a thing now. It's the Me Too movement. The Me Too movement kind of killed Greitens in a weird way. It was like, well, we can't have any of this. And now Johnny Depp comes and he says, look, women aren't the only ones that are
The Me Too
abused.
movement did not ruin
did.
Eric Greitens. How?
Help me out, Crystal.
No,
Crystal, help me out.
You
no,
explain.
I'm asking Crystal.
No, you talk to yourself. Come on.
Do
Crystal,
you
help me
mean
out.
as in like she took advantage of the current atmosphere?
Yes, the current
I
atmosphere.
can see that in a way. A lot
Vic,
of
you're
people
not dumb.
did.
You're not dumb over there. You know that for
Oh, I know
political
I'm not.
for political reasons they'll
I'm
use
about ready
anything.
to drop the bomb.
Go
on you.
ahead.
No,
I'm
but
waiting for the
no,
bomb to drop
you
on my head.
can't political. The Me Too movement was never used in the Greitens case.
Oh, I disagree.
Greitens decided
What a
on his
weapon.
own. No, they did. What? You need to go back and look at the case.
Did you not see
This
what
had nothing to do with Me Too movement. Eric, if you're a woman that willingly goes into a basement and lets yourself be tied up.
Why did he resign? Why did he resign as the governor?
Exactly.
Why did he resign then?
I'm educating you. Give me a chance.
I'm waiting.
Here's why. Because he was going to have to go on the stand and testify about, quote, photograph under oath. And second of all, he was then going to have to get into where his campaign was getting dark money. And he didn't want to do those things. And I covered this story day in, day out. It had nothing to do with
And
Me Too.
it was a perfect storm because that's when the Me Too movement was kind of raising up. It really was. And do you think that back in the day that he canceled himself? He should have just said, "Screw it, man! I'm the governor of Missouri. I'm not going to bow down to
There were
this."
bones.
Eric,
there were
you're
bones
just
that
not
came out
listening.
of the closet. He didn't want the other
Eric,
bones coming.
you're not listening to me.
Okay.
He was going to have to testify on the stand that
So
he
live
never
to fight
did,
another day kind
that
of a
he
thing?
never took a photograph. Listen, he was going to have to say under oath, I did not take a photograph. He did not want to go and do that under oath.
We should get him back on the air. Ask him.
Has to see his photo album.
I've got nothing against Eric Greitens.
Can I see your camera roll?
No, I was in that room right over there. I'm pointing in the other room. The night that Greitens won the governor, we were jumping up and down. It was like the whole monkey thing. We were going crazy, and we were so happy that Greitens won that thing. And then that whole debacle of him resigning was just that's what kind of got me upset. Was that he actually went and resigned.
I was going to say that.
Cindy, he didn't say, like when he did the first interview with me, I like I said, I've got nothing against Greitens. He wouldn't say whether he took a picture or not.
It doesn't matter. The app deletes it as soon as the recipient sees it anyway.
And here's the other part of it. It wasn't until 2 years later, after the court case was over, that he started saying, well, there's no picture. There's no picture. But that's why. So it was after the fact.
Yeah, it went poof.
That's why. So there's no proof of a photo now. No, absolutely none. But for a year and a half to 2 years, he wouldn't say anything about that. So you can make up your own mind.
It was ugly and it was political.
Yeah, it's over.
And that's all that I'm saying.
And guess
Vic.
what? And now he is leading.
You don't quit politics
the
because
Senate
of your
race for the Missouri seat.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I think that anybody that comes out of this gaggle of politicians is going to do a good job in the
I think
Senate.
there was probably more money reasons he didn't want to say anything. Like, we all know that politicians can come back from sexual things, and
Correct.
it doesn't. Nobody whatever. So what? He likes to wear diapers. I don't care. How's my money? What's he do with my money? How's that work? And they can come back from stupid. Everybody makes bad decisions, but money, don't mess with the money. That's what they're more afraid of than anything.
Eric Johnson, Brendan Shanahan, Chris Cooper, and Vic Faust of Fox 2. Back with more of this great show right after this. The fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. It's 100.7. The Viper.
The new abnormal.
This place is a nut house.
The Edge Morning Show.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi, this is Dr. Erin Huey with Tomasino Gerst Vision Source. We provide a ton of specialty care: glaucoma, diabetic eye care, dry eye evaluations, now myopia management. Typically, we see patients that need vision correction for a variety of hobbies, for work, most often glasses and contacts. Come and see us at Tomasino Gerst Vision Source, dryoureyes.com, 272-1444. dryoureyes.com.
Hey, it's Shanny from Mascots Bar and Grill, and I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a place to watch the game with friends, Cardinals, Blues, whatever, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. If you're looking for a place for happy hour, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. Heck, grab some friends, get a table, and play rock and roll bingo every night and twice on Saturdays at Mascots Bar and Grill. You can win some great prizes. Seriously, great prizes at Mascots for playing rock and roll bingo. And it's absolutely free to play. Wednesday night is ladies' night, and you won't believe the specials they have going on there. Come by for lunch. They're the home of the legendary lunch special. You go tell them you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, and you want that big old burger and fries for just $5, and they're going to give it to you fresh and hot, just the way you ordered it, and it's so delicious, and you don't have to do the dishes. If you go once, you will go again and again. Mascots Bar and Grill, home of the legendary lunch special.
Compass Health Network Express Care offices in Newtown, St. Peters, and Wentzville are ready to serve you today. Compass Health accepts Medicaid, self-pay, private insurance, and offers a sliding fee scale. Don't wait another day to feel better. Call 844-853-8937 for an appointment or visit compasshealthnetwork.org for a location nearest you. Compass Health Network Express Care. Feel better today.
DQ presents the sound of an all-star summer lineup. Leading off, the promising rookie, new Oreo Dirt Pie. On deck, the fan-favorite Girl Scout Thin Mints. Summer standouts, Drumstick with peanuts and cotton candy. And batting cleanup, it's you. With your red spoon and 6 summer blizzard flavors, official treat of MLB, all part of the new DQ All-Star Summer Blizzard lineup. DQ? Happy tastes good.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of a brand new ice maker dropping cubes into a fresh glass of water, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Final days ends June 8th to save up to 30% off select appliances. Valid May 19th through June 8th. Gas range extra. While supplies last. See store for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
The graphics are so real on this video game console I bought with the savings from switching to Progressive 10 years ago. I can't tell what's real and what's the game, which I think is what people want. You know, in the future, which it is currently.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Hello, Discover here to explain our cash back match. Here's how it works. We give you cash back for using your Discover card on the things you were going to buy anyway. Then we match that cash back in your first year. And that's why we call it Cash Back Match. Now to recap and say cash back one more time. We match all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year automatically. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is The Edge. It's 9:30. Fastest 2 hours of Morning Talk Radio. Eric Johnson's here. Brendan Shanahan's in for Chris today for the rest of the... You do know you're in for the rest of the week, right?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I know.
Where did senior leader go?
Silver Dollar City.
Branson, man.
He said,
Branson.
"Hey,
Crystal Cooper's here. I'm Vic Faust.
got to call and say, hey, I'm in Uranus. Do the show tomorrow."
He did that just to go to Uranus.
He did.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, so he's gone. Shada, we haven't seen you for a while, and you're the master of all voices. Did you ever come up with the Johnny Depp voice? Did you ever do any of that over the last couple months during that? The other reason I ask is we did Fox 2. TMZ did an hour-long expose on them last night, on that whole... And it wasn't anything that was like hardcore, like behind-the-scenes documentary, but it was just a lot of explaining what led to this point, and they did a pretty good job with it.
I can't wait till season 2.
I just didn't know if you had a Johnny Depp voice.
Everybody does the Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh,
voice,
yeah.
I think very beautiful woman. How about
a very large glass of wine.
Pints of mega wine.
Yeah, when he was talking about
I felt it
his mother,
necessary.
and he would just be like, "My father was not an abusive man, really. Betty Sue."
I prefer the Les Paul over the Stratocaster, but I'm not a really good player either way.
He was jamming out in Europe. You see that on the top? Yes, he was.
That's where he went right
It'd
to.
be like you or me jamming out. He's not very good.
He's all over the tactics with his guitar.
Well, you know what?
We talked about at the beginning of the show, too. Louis Reed is out. St. Louis Board of Aldermen. Eric said it had to happen ASAP. It has. So you have 3 people that left. We've had some of those problems in the St. Louis City area. We had a St. Louis County guy working with the jail got caught trying to use COVID funds. He's out yesterday, too. Jane Duker, friend of the show, another quick headline. She saw Sam Page last night at
a Schnucks
at the meeting.
Look at that goofy dude.
No,
oh, wait, it's Sam Page.
She asked him. No, because he didn't show up for the debate last week because he said that he couldn't come because of contact tracing because Tashard Jones had COVID or tested positive but no symptoms. So Jane Duker asked him last night, "Will you please debate?" And he refused to answer. He wouldn't say a word.
He wouldn't say a word.
He just sat there and didn't say anything.
What a good public servant.
His
What
aide
a
probably
good
did a better
public
job.
servant. When you're a public servant, you're opened up to all questions. You are working for the public. Jane is literally paying minuscule percentage of your salary. Answer the damn question.
So that was another headline that we had gotten into that came out of last night. Crystal, during the break, you said you were scared about something when it came to people coming after you. You were looking at the TV. What were you wanting to bring up?
Well, there was an armed man arrested near Justice Kavanaugh's home.
Oh, wonderful.
And it just scares me because, it's
what
like...
was he? Do we know anything about the armed man or why?
It's
or
literally
vendetta?
just come out. So, but I know that there was a judge killed earlier this week. I forget where it was.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it
in
just-
Wisconsin. Zip tied to a chair and shot.
Right. It's already
his
hard
own
enough
home.
to get enough good people that are willing to do those jobs, first off. And then now, I mean, what if you put somebody away and then they come back 10 years later, kill your only child? I mean, this shouldn't be what's happening. That's just scary.
It's a new environment.
Not okay.
So, and Ron McConnell, happy birthday. We were asked to give him a shout out. That is Chris's father-in-law.
Oh.
So his
Happy
birthday as
birthday.
well. Jane said, quote from her tweet, "Tonight, I asked Sam Page directly if he would agree to debate me about all of the serious issues facing St. Louis County. He just stared at me and wouldn't answer.
Duh.
How can any voter believe he can properly represent St. Louis County acting like that?"
He can't.
So that's coming from Jane Duker.
Sam Page seems like a smart guy, but it seems like all of these liberal politicians.
He's a smart. You don't just wake up and become an anesthesiologist.
No, you don't. But all these liberal
He's an
politicians,
intelligent
they
guy.
look like they have been given some kind of a mind-altering drug. Like they're kind of like a zombie, brain dead, and they can't answer questions.
Well, because
They can't even get in on a podium. He's not the only one. Biden can't do it, but I don't know. What do they give the? Does George
It's not-
Soros have a
it's
red
not
pill and a
all
blue pill?
Democratic leaders,
No,
Eric.
it's not what they give them. It's what they lack, and that's common sense.
No, I think you're
can't
wrong,
be-
Vic.
A lot
I
of
think
people are book smart, no common sense.
Republicans will have no problem talking to a microphone. I've never seen a Republican that shies away from a microphone. None. Even the Republicans that are kind of hated will go and talk to a microphone. Liberals like Janice, did you see Yellen yesterday? The Treasury Secretary, did you see her?
I know who she is.
She
I
put
talk
a-
about her occasionally.
The media stuck a mic in her face and said, "Did you tell the Biden administration that this is a possibility, that this inflation is a possibility when you were?" She walked away, didn't answer one damn
last
question.
week she admitted that
she's
she
a
made,
public servant.
That she made a huge mistake, and she said, "I had no idea that inflation would get this bad."
Yeah.
Yet everybody praised Biden's decision to put her into office.
Right. They should fire her right now. She should be
also-
fired immediately.
She's also now getting slammed because she's calling for wind and solar as being critical for our
You don't-
society as
exactly.
gas prices continue
And
to
she
rise.
has no.
We're just bringing you the facts.
Yes, she has no. She shouldn't even be answering that question. It would be like someone asking me a drum question about Platinum Rock Legend. I'd be, I have no idea. I don't play drums. I'm sorry. Go ask Patrick. I'll tell you about bass if you need to know about bass. She should not even be opening up her damn mouth about anything energy. She should be going, look, here are the numbers. I'm an accountant. I'm telling you this is how we fix things. I'm excited about the future. Yes, what's coming. She doesn't even do that. She goes, it's here to stay. I'm like, what?
Well, you have,
What do you mean
as
it's
you
here to
say,
stay?
many Democratic leaders that won't speak, but then you have Republican leaders like Senator John Kennedy who are trying to steal the show. Senator John Kennedy's quote from yesterday, quote, "The price of gas is so high that it would be cheaper to buy cocaine and just run everywhere." Senator John Kennedy actually said that.
And you know what? If you ran the numbers, he might be right.
He has some of the best one-liners, though. You could just play a montage of things that gentleman says.
Also, Eric, since you like to sit around and watch a lot of TV, I have seen them, but I've never really sat and watched the shows. Do you remember the Crisley's? Crisley Knows Best?
Creasley.
Creasley?
My parents watched them.
They did.
evangelical.
Yeah, your parents
family.
are going to have to go to.
No.
They're going to have to go to a federal penitentiary to probably see them.
Mm-hmm.
They got busted big time yesterday, so their whole show is fake. They've gotten money by cheating the system. They're felons.
What was fake about it?
They
What
were
did
real
do?
estate developers, and they fixed the books.
They fixed the books. They were just convicted. The trial began 3 weeks ago. Jury deliberations started on Friday. They had a verdict by Tuesday. the Creasleys could now each face up to 30 years in prison, and a sentencing hearing is going to take place a little bit down the road. They were found guilty on all counts of tax evasion and bank fraud stemming from a 2019 indictment.
Wow.
He needs to start his transition, right, Eric? So he can go to the women's prison.
Oh.
He's halfway there.
Oh, my God.
That is brutal.
Oh, that's
See, Vic, it does happen.
Oh, that's hard.
But there's always been talk of like this guy, they play on the show like how rich he really is, but how much money the dude actually has was always really kind of inflated.
Like, how dumb do you have to be to know you do that and then you put it on air? I mean, like Teresa Giudice or Giudice, whatever her name was, signing off on. She got in a lot of trouble too.
I don't know.
They did. And another final headline that I hadn't gotten into yet. Eric, have you ever lived in Manhattan? You've been to Manhattan?
I've been there. I would never live there.
Okay, this is what's going on, and it kind of plays into the whole aspect of what we were talking about at the start of the show regarding real estate, how people get priced out, what's happening, these hedge funds, everybody, BlackRock, Vanguard, what they're doing, U.S. Bank. Manhattan landlords, and I've got several questions after this. Manhattan landlords are reportedly rejecting single tenants who don't make over $160,000 a year.
Oh, my God.
In order to qualify as a tenant, a person's annual gross income has to be at least 40 times the monthly rent. So
40 times.
So the Manhattan median monthly rent for a one-bedroom apartment has now reached $4,000 in April, a record 38% record year-over-year increase and well above the pre-pandemic levels. And that's according to real estate brokerage Douglas Elliman Incorporated.
Oh, absolutely. So
the
this
40 times rule is what landlords are using now.
Because here's the deal: if you run out of rent money and you squat there in New York, you basically are you're there forever. You cannot be thrown out because of the laws in New York State. So they have these squatter rules. I'll bet that's what's going on. When you have a rent that's hot, that high, it looks like on paper, okay, it looks like they can afford this. But all of a sudden, with this economy and the way things are going, you could run out of money real quick. And guess what? You have a skyscraper full of squatters.
And you walk outside and it still smells like piss. I don't understand the draw to New York City.
Well, it's
changed my
does
mind.
it really stink that bad?
It's horrible.
I've never been to
Manhattan.
God.
Think about it. There's no alleys, so there's trash on every corner.
They just
literally
dump it.
piles of trash on like Times Square. You walk by, there's piles and piles of trash.
So
that come out.
where does the trash go?
They take and they put it on one of those barges in the middle of the Hudson. They
And
take
it goes somewhere.
Like they don't
they
put
come
them
and do
in
they do
cans.
trash pickup multiple times. It's not like it's once a week here. They do trash pickup all the time. But literally on the street corner, you're waiting for the light to change, and it's piles and piles of like black trash bags.
Yeah, no bins, black trash bags.
Well, it's not just that, but the subways
And
are
the homeless sleeping on them.
It's
like,
not even that. Manhattan is. I do remember even back when I went there when it was safe. Broadway was the dirtiest place I've ever seen in my life, and there used to be a day you'd go to New York as a tourist, not even living there. You'd have to bring a little extra dough, but you could get on a subway and just kind of randomly go somewhere and spend the day. You can't do that anymore. New York is unlivable. It is completely unlivable.
But how can there be enough
It's very
people?
visitable, though.
My question is this. If landlords are able to get away and be that selective with tenants after going through this myself, that you have to make at least $160,000, 40 times yearly what the monthly rent would be, there's enough people, there's enough tenants out there to fill the spots?
Or businesses that own so that the international businessmen
It's the
can come and
financial
stay.
district of the planet. It's people making money hand over fist. They're speculators. They're investors. But what it does is the people from the boroughs or from outside of Manhattan, you can't live there. It is literally like they have segregated themselves. And the people that make that kind of jack are cool with it. They're like, oh, yeah, I'm good with
there's
that.
The people who have the rent controls and things like that, that's the ones that will stick around forever. They won't ever move out of it.
It would be like Ladue saying you have to make $200,000 to live in Ladue. No one from St. Louis is living there. No one from North St. Louis is living here. St. Charles isn't even going to live there.
They're not saying that, but most of the people in
That's
Ladue
exactly
are,
what they're
you know.
doing. It's like what happened with the St. Charles pools. They don't want the violence, and they're trying to figure a way to curb the violence. So guess what? You need to show me a resident card. It's their way of curbing something that the law enforcement should be doing. They are trying to work on that themselves. If you have a squatting rule, and if I put someone in here and they can't pay my rent in this $5,000 a month unit, I'm screwed. So they have to do this. It makes total sense.
And no, it doesn't. That's ridiculous.
I can't
Not
see
to
how that
40
makes
times.
sense.
How can you 40 times? That's
It's not
ridiculous.
up to you. If you have a million people that can afford that, why wouldn't you do it?
But there's not going to be as many people that can afford it after that.
It's not the
They're
landlord's
not gonna-
problem.
Well, yes, it is the landlord's problem
How?
because it's if that place goes unrented, you're just losing money.
Then it's the landlord taking the loss. It's the rules, you know? And you unfortunately
It's
it's
supply and demand.
No,
I get it.
No,
but
no. It's not supply and demand this time. Here it is. It's consequences to the leaders of that great city not taking care of business and making a environment where it works for everybody.
So you're saying it's the equivalent of turning it into a gated community because
Yes.
you know if you
Yes.
can't afford to live in the gated community over here in St. Albans or
Yes,
whatever,
yes.
you can't afford it.
Right.
Can't come in.
Right.
I just don't understand why 8.3 million people want to live in 3.5 square miles
It's amazing. It's an amazing part of the
on
of the
top
world.
of each other.
It's an amazing part of the world. That urban living people die for it. They love it. And there's always something to do in Manhattan. There's always something to do in New York City. You go out, you can leave and go 20 miles to another. I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah, but as a parent, I mean, like, can I just let my kids go ride their bike around?
No, it's a different lifestyle.
Now you can't do that. That's done. Those days are over.
So, but is there not enough for these kids to do? Is that helping?
They
the
have
crime
small parks
issues
everywhere,
too?
though. They have small parks.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
But are the parks safe?
They're
are
not.
they overrun by homeless people, drug users?
Well,
I'm
I
just
haven't
trying
been
to
there in
understand
20
the
years.
landscape.
I certainly haven't been there in 20 years, so I don't know. But I would imagine what you see on TV is
It's become much better. Like you look at like Hell's Kitchen now. Hell's Kitchen, which was really really bad. It's nice. I mean, it's high end apartments. The parks there were really nice. They did have people watching it and security. But a lot of times they'll have those buildings, like building security will be the ones that are watching those parks.
Okay.
So it's beautiful. I wouldn't want to live there because it is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear like, oh, we walked 14 blocks. Well, a block in Manhattan is a whole lot shorter than what you would think like your neighborhood block. Your neighborhood block might be 3/4 of a mile long. In New York, a block is,
Well, see, Eric tells me there's a ton of money there, that there's plenty of people that can pay $4,000 a month rent by themselves and making at least $160.
Okay, that's easy to do.
Okay. I didn't know that. Amy Bittner says New York City's a melting pot. Those people can't afford that rent hike.
No.
No, of the 16 million people that live in New York proper, no, you're not going to have that. But you will have 1 million people that work on Wall Street. You'll have 1 million people that work at hedge funds. You'll have 1 million people. You will have people that know how to make cash in New York City. And like Brendan said, it's a gated community. This is just part of the wink, wink, nod, nod to the guys that they want to keep in and the guys they want to keep out.
Guys, if you won the lottery, would you let people know or would you keep it quiet? A new poll says 83% of people would keep it a secret if they won, and nearly 50% say they'd need to win at least $4 million or more to quit their jobs.
Yeah, crickets over here.
What do you mean?
I would be like that DJ Marshmallow. I'd wear something over my head when I would go get the check. I don't need anybody knowing I won.
Isn't it public knowledge in some states? Like
some
Missouri,
states,
Missouri is public knowledge, right?
Some states you have to declare.
Rats.
They're changing that in the state of Missouri, though.
Are they?
Yes. In Illinois, you don't have to come forward.
I don't know. I wouldn't change my lifestyle, though, would you?
It depends. I mean, if I won FU money, see ya.
Would you let people
I'm
know?
done.
But let's be honest.
If I have FU
let's
money
be honest.
and I move into a mansion somewhere on the beach and people come by, oh, that guy's got FU money.
Let me be honest
I
for
don't
a
have to
second.
let
Here
him
you
know.
go. If you have a lifestyle right now and all you eat is broccoli, and all of a sudden said,
Try asparagus.
Here's a ticket to the buffet. You're only going to eat broccoli from that point forward. No, you're going to try everything on that damn buffet. If you have
would you tell people, Eric?
Me?
Yeah.
Would you tell
No,
people you're
it's none of their business.
going to the buffet?
I would keep it quiet
It's none of
too.
their business.
Yeah, I wouldn't go around making statements.
But
like
if
won
you're
the
a normal
lottery.
average Joe, if you won $4 million, would you quit your job?
$4 million
Yeah,
will
see-
change your life if you actually invest it properly. That's what's so crazy is all these people only play when it's 50 million. If 5 million would set up 2 generations worth of your family, if you can just get someone to make enough off of that.
I would
right?
still do something. I would still do something like, a lot of the stuff that I do is like voiceover work
No,
and things like
listen.
that. So it wouldn't be tough for me to keep doing something.
I mean, knock yourself out. You get a financial
You
advisor.
wouldn't keep playing music.
Of course I would.
Right.
Yeah, but music is not a job per se.
You make money. Do you make money doing it?
The
Are you
Rolling,
professional?
the Rolling Stones don't have to do that. They don't have to do it anymore, but
No,
they
you're
do it.
discounting what you do. I mean, I would like to think what we do is very fun and not that difficult, but other people would argue that speaking into a microphone is the scariest thing that they could do. It's perspective, right?
You do in life what you want to do. Exactly. When you have more money to do it, you just kind of explore new things to do in that same mindset,
Mhm.
right?
I wouldn't go crazy.
Yeah, you might say, "Hey, I've always wanted to own a boat that you can't do right now,"
Mhm.
and then you go to the Lake of the Ozarks and you find a $100,000 boat and you own it and you enjoy it and you love it. You might want to learn how to fly an airplane.
I do.
Okay, there you go. So I don't think that you don't become another person. You just add Legos to that person. That's it.
Well, it's just like, we always joke about Chris going on vacation. Why does Chris go on vacation all the time? Because he can. Because he
Wouldn't
can.
you?
That's why if I could, I'd do it too.
You know, a lot of the millionaires that become millionaires quick, they say the one thing that they changed in their life that they would hate to go back to is flying charter airplanes. They say that that's the number one thing that they don't want to go back to flying coach with the big airlines.
Now the thing is, they're getting groups of people. So say you're gonna
Correct.
like say you'll pitch in. So your flight might actually only be $300 to fly private.
Yeah.
Because you're getting a group of other people getting in on that, going, hey, we're gonna go here too.
Friends of mine just opened up their own hangar.
Yeah.
And they bought their own jet here in Chesterfield. Yeah.
Really?
It's becoming quite the thing.
I mean, I'd
'Cause you
much
can show
rather
up-
do that than an Uber.
You can show up 15 minutes before the flight's ready to go. They said you're up in the air
Flying
within
charter is absolute. I mean, if you charter a flight, it is absolutely amazing.
Never done it.
Oh, it's
the plane's waiting for you, not the other way
it
around.
ruins other flying.
It does.
Just put it that way.
It does. And if you lost all that cash and couldn't do that anymore and had to go back to sitting with crying babies,
And your flight time is crazy. Be like, oh, we're going to South Carolina. You're flying charter. You're there in, literally about the amount of time it takes you to fly in the air because you don't have any of the other wasted time. Like, everybody sit down. Here's this. Here's that. Blah, 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 blah. 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there. You're there. You're boom. It's crazy. It's
Go charter. Eric Johnson, Brendan Shanahan, Chris Cooper, and Big Fast Fox 2. We got to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll finish off this show. It is the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Time is 9:52. It is Wednesday. Hope you're having a great day. We'll be right back.
The Edge Morning Show. Back in a moment.
Come on down to St. Louis Hemp Company in St. Peters, where you can get all of your CBD needs, as well as many other euphoric cannabinoid-based products. From topicals to edibles and drinks, St. Louis Hemp Company has what you need, and new products are coming in all the time. You can get your medical marijuana card in store. Come on in to St. Louis Hemp Company, just off I-70 at Salt Lake Road by Deerbergs, and get your hemp together. Check out St. Louis Hemp Company on Facebook for more info and map.
Spectrum Glass is known for their quality work on windshields, but they do so much more. Spectrum Glass also specializes in residential, commercial, and automotive window tinting. Reduce the heat, reduce the fading, and increase your comfort with professional window tinting from Spectrum Glass. Serving St. Charles and surrounding counties since 1995, Spectrum Glass is still your premier company for windshield replacement. And with free mobile service, they come to you. 636-294-1800 on Facebook and SpectrumGlassOnline.com.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
KFC knows that when it comes to chicken sandwiches, there's good and there's finger-licking good.
A chicken sandwich? That's good. A 100% white meat KFC chicken sandwich so delicious it forces you to rethink everything you know about sandwiches, including whether or not they even need buns, but then you remember how good a brioche bun can be and then having to rethink your rethinking? That's finger-licking good.
KFC's chicken sandwich, always served hot and crispy, in your choice of classic or spicy. Order now on the KFC app. Kentucky Fried Chicken, that's finger-licking good.
Prices and product availability may vary.
If you are having a bad day at work, I can help. Hi, this is Curtis Barks with Complete Auto Body and Repair. We just expanded to Cottleville and St. Peters and are looking for qualified automotive and auto body technicians that would want to work in a climate-controlled environment. That's right, we offer a fully climate-controlled, air-conditioned and heated facility in both Cottleville and St. Peters. Visit us at CompleteAB.com. If it's not perfect, it's not complete. Others can't compete with Complete Auto Body.
Dad, and service!
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixed the car!
Great care for children begins at Compass Health Network. Our Warrenton and Wentzville locations offer pediatric walk-in services, same-day appointments, and specialty care, so your children get the care they need, when, and how they need it. When it comes to children's health care, Compass Health Network is here for you and your family. Call 844-853-8937 for an appointment, or visit compasshealthnetwork.org for more information.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Results are guaranteed or your money back. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
The Ink Spot in Troy brings Inimical Drive to Diamond Music Hall in St. Peters, Saturday, June 18th, featuring The Wild and Free, Lydia's Castle, Divide the Empire, a post-show dance party by DJ Patrico, and Learn will be there too. Tickets are only $15 when you buy online, or $20 at the door. Bring your friends and join me, Mac from the Viper. Inimical Drive, playing a hometown show at Diamond Music Hall, Saturday, June 18th. Come party with the best. Visit Inimical Drive on Facebook for more. Presented by In Detail Entertainment.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to tap into human emotion. First with some music. Then in a serious tone, I'll say, save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. And even though it was about saving money with Progressive, we'll fade out the music so you know it was poignant. Wow, powerful stuff. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
KFNS-FM, Troy, St. Charles, and the Westplex. 100.7 FM, The Viper. Legendary rock that really rocks.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We appreciate you joining us on this Wednesday. Hope you guys have a great day. We have a lot of fun every day. You guys make the show.
Yeah.
Eric Johnson, Brendan Shanahan. We'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, man.
Keep an eye out for those Blue Angels practicing, too.
Crystal Cooper. Hey, I'm Vic Faust Fox. Yeah, the Blue Angels have arrived in St. Louis. Are they allowed to go up in cloudy, rainy skies?
Yes.
I would think they can play in anything.
Sure.
Are you really going to try and ride with him?
If Vic says, Eric, I got it for you, bud.
Do you have to take a physical?
If he says I was going to do it, physical, what are you looking at me?
You have to take a physical. I'm serious.
Look at me. Does it look like I need a physical?
For you to be able to do it, they have to give you a physical.
Okay.
Wow.
If Vic said, I got a media badge for you, let's go.
You just won't be able to pee in a cup for him.
Hey, shout out to Albert Pujols, sole possession now, 9th place all-time MLB history. 3,320 hits.
Yep, for hits. Congrats, Albert. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you for Fox 2 News at 5 and 9.
Bye.